everybody, welcome to Elisa's art room. Today we're going to be working some more of my wintertime vignette. Y'all come in and say hi, and we'll check all our settings and make sure sound is working. Can't tell if it's working. Okay, I think it is. All right, it didn't make the usual ding when you plug it in, so it confused me. All right, so we're going to be working on our wintertime vignette. If you're watching, we are currently live on Facebook. If you see the little red button at the top left. If not, you're catching a replay. Let's see, we've got a couple of people on here. I've checked the sound, so we'll probably just go ahead and pull it up. So I think I'm gonna work on the interior, the little tree that goes on the inside. I'm not sure what else. I may go ahead and try to string the lights. It just makes things a little more complicated, but at some point I got to get to that point anyway. So I think that I might do that. We're just gonna kind of play it by ear and see how it works. But we'll probably start with the tree, because I got to put like little baubles on it and stuff. Hey Lori, hey Dawn, hey Bonnie. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this camera up top so we can get started. I didn't put anything there to look at. Let's see. Good. Okay, so this is this side. This is this side. All right, so this is the tree I'm going to put on the inside here, along with that fireplace we did last week. This goes here. So I'll probably go ahead and glue that in place. I was debating on putting the lights behind it, but I think I'm gonna, I don't know. I don't really want them behind it. I think I'm gonna go over the top instead of along the bottom. So I think I'll do that. I just got to figure out how I'm going to attach them to the tree and all that. It can be, lights can be challenging, honestly. They really can. But you got to figure out how many sets you need, where you're going to come in from, all those things, how you're going to hide them. It's a lot. So I did decide on this wreath. I was looking through my stash and I found these wreaths I had. These are the Tim Holtz Ideology Adornments, Christmas ornaments, Noel, they're calling them, but they're just wreaths. And they're metal, and I went ahead and painted one. They're metal. Clingy. We got a decent amount of, let's see if I can get the light to even show, decent amount of detail to them. So I'll show you the one I painted, if I can find it. It's here somewhere. Where did I put it? I don't think I stuck it in here, but maybe I did. No. Alright, we're going to probably just go ahead and glue all the interiors. So that goes there, that goes there. I think we're going to go with this Santa instead of the thicker one, just because the size of him's a little bit better. And chair goes here. Second set of lights, because I think I'm going to need them. Kitty cat. Our outdoor light will probably go last, or not last, but later. And this is the picture I cut down. Use one of these. I might use both. I got two little pictures here. Or this lamp. That goes there. 3 or 2, I don't remember. I think 2. And then I decided on these 2 sayings. Believe in the magic of Christmas and it's the happiest season of all. Those will go on top. Right? Yeah, I don't know why that one's still up. Yeah. We want those 2. Put this one up so I don't keep getting confused. Where is that wreath? I hate when I paint things and I lose them. So typical. Let's see. Is it in here? So I had a couple of wreaths I was thinking about using. I had done one with like these little things, which is cute, but it was a little big. It was just a bit big for the area, not too big, but. And then I came across those metal ones, and I painted one. I promise I did. I just gotta find it. It's here somewhere. Maybe I stuck it in here. Stick it in here. No, it's not with the little figurines. Is it with these guys? No. Goodness gracious. Oh, there it is. I found it. Alright, so here's the little wreath. Do I have something white? Oh, here. This will work. Just something so you can see it a little bit better. So I went ahead and painted it. I primed it like I did the little figurines that we painted, and then I just used some green and red folk art. And I think this will work good for here. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. I just think the size is better. It's a little flatter. I can't pick it up. And where'd my lid go? Okay. I think that's it. All right, so let's start figuring out how we're going to do this. I think I wanted this Santa picture in this one. We're going to have the tree on this side. And then Santa's going to go here. Do I even need it? I thought about putting it over here in the corner. I mean, it's just one more thing to look at. So I might, because, you know, it's cool to have one more thing to look at. I don't think I could put it over here anywhere. So yeah, I'll probably stick it there, just so we can use it. And then this one I was going to put on this one, I think. Or was I going to put this one on that one? Gee, I don't know. I thought about putting this one on that one. Here, let me get the tree out of there. It's a little bit big still, I think, for the area. It just barely fits in there. So I feel like it would be like a like a 3-foot painting of kitty cat. So it might be a little too big. I really like it though. It's cute. We'll use it sooner or later somewhere. Maybe not in this project, but you know, I'll use it. I think I might put this one in there. This was actually just from a paper, and I just cut it out and made a little frame with those little sticks. They're like coffee stir sticks, but not. So I did the other stained glass, so we have 2 now. So we got 2 of those ready. Don't know that I'm putting them on just yet. Okay, and this is the tree I want to decorate. I've got some baubles here somewhere. I gotta find them. And then I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do him. I think I'm gonna add a little piece to the back to help him stand up. He's fairly, it's layers, so they're pretty strong. Let's just go ahead. I think I'm gonna go ahead and glue this in place. So I think I told y'all I ended up cutting all the wreaths out and just left the candlesticks because I just think it looks better. So we'll have to get this in place. So I'm just gonna glue it in there. probably with probably just some art glitter maybe. I'm not sure. I don't want to warp it. Maybe I'll use Fabri-Tac. It's pretty thin. I might warp if I use art glitter. We'll use Fabri-Tac. It's a little messier, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, so we'll use that. And I think I can put this in with, I might use Fabri-Tac, but I think I'm also going to put just a few drops of hot glue. I've got my glue gun plugged in here. I don't trust hot glue permanently, really, because, you know, depending on your weather, if it gets hot, I don't know, things can pop off. So I'm going to use a little of both. This particular Fabri-Tac, does it work on metal? I feel like it did. I could just use art glitter. I know art glitter works on metal. Let me look at the cheat sheet. Let's see. Beacon, Fabri-Tac, metal. Where's metal? Yes. Metal wire. Yes, it does work on metal. So, Fabri-Tac, not the other one, not the Fabri-Fix. So, Fabri-Tac does work on metal. So, that'll work fine. And I think I'm going to use a little of both. So we'll do that. Where are my bubbles? I have some gold string. I don't know if I'm going to put it on the tree, but I might. I found it somewhere in a package of something. Guys, I'm losing things. I have too many containers. Way too many containers floating around this room. All right, here's the gold string. I thought maybe it would look like, I don't know, garland of some sort. We'll see if it looks right. Let me find my baubles. They're here. They're in a little container. A little square container. Are they on the floor? No. I meant to have them out. Of course I didn't. Baubles, where are you hiding? There you are. Right, baubles. I have some that I alcohol dyed probably 3 years ago, and I was just going to use the ones I have already. They're just done with the Ranger alcohol ink, and I think these are all maybe Dollar Tree ones. Let me see what it says. I have like a whole bunch of them. I think they were these. I had them in several sizes, so I think they were these, and I alcohol inked them. And these don't have holes. When you're looking for things to use for baubles, try to find ones that don't have the holes. If you're not using the Tim Holtz ones, I don't have the Tim Holtz ones. I only have the clear ones, which will kind of work, but not the same. Alright, so we're going to use these for the tree. I'll just pick out some colors. I don't know. It doesn't matter as long as there's something on it. And then let's glue this in place. So, what do I say? Fabri-Tac. I'm nervous to glue it in place. I really am. So, I got to figure out. I might have to use art glitter on the little candles, because it's just very small. I don't think I have a small Fabri-Tac, because honestly it just won't come out very well with the teeny tiny one. Yeah, I don't have one. Alright, that's fine. Oh well, maybe I can use this. We'll see if I can get the air bubble to cooperate. Prefer not to have it all over my fingers. It won't dry as fast, and this is going to take me a while to cover, so I'll just get it on my fingers. That's the only catch about cutting this out like this, is I got all these tiny little pieces. Once I put this on, though, that's it. It's on. The only way I'm getting it off is to sand it off or something. So hopefully it's right. I think I'm just going to try to do it all at once. It's okay. All right. I know that the green piece, you know, fits flush to the bottom, so that's easy enough. Just got to fit it in there flush. Squish her down. Pop my little teeny tiny candles down. And there we go. Our little doggy just stands up a little bit. Hey, cute. I didn't put any kind of a matte medium on there to dull that finish. I don't think it's a big deal because it's through all the window and everything, and you really won't see it that much. You know, not enough to tell that it's shiny or anything, so I didn't worry about that. Sometimes I coat magazine images with matte medium or something to dull the image. All right, so we're going to do this little guy with, I guess we'll do Fabri-Tac and hot glue. So let me think about how I can do this. I'll use this, I think, as I don't want to burn myself, and it's metal, so we're just going to put a couple of drops of this. And then a couple of drops of hot glue. If I can get it to start coming out. Just a little bit there, a little bit there. Okay. And try and get it in here. Actually, is it hot? No. Tried it. I glued my tweezers. I can't do with that, so I don't know that I'm gonna worry about centering it too much. I'm gonna center it on this, I think. Maybe about here. I don't want to go too high because hopefully that hot glue that totally just snapped. We're just going to leave it. I heard it snap. So those metal pieces are they're a little fragile. Did it snap or was it just the glue? I can't tell. Hold on, let me look. Okay, maybe it was just the glue. I didn't do it fast enough, guys. I have to do it again. You got to be fast. It's because it's metal. It probably cooled it right off because it's cold in here. All right, let's try this again. Wow, that really dried so fast. I'm just going to scrape this off so I can get it flat. You know how hot glue is. Maybe I'll just use the Fabri-Tac, guys. I'll just try to hold it long enough for it to do, because I don't think I can get the hot glue on there before it dries on me. Flat again. All right, let's just do this. I might try put one drop of the hot glue, maybe just on the bottom. I gotta work. Sorry, I can't do it fast enough. Come on. It's hard to get hold of everything. Try again. Right there. Okay. Felt better that time. Gosh. I totally thought it had snapped. That sound was the typical sound you hear when something snaps. It was just the glue coming loose. Okay. Enough fears for one day. So let's just go ahead and put this on, I guess. I think it'll look cute there. So it's pretty much paper to paper. And we'll just use this because it just gives me a little more time to slide it. Oh my gosh. I should have refilled this. I don't know how much you'll see it, but I don't really mind. I'm just going to stick it on here. Right about there, I think. Okay. Is it crooked? It moved when I touched it. It'll stay wet for a minute. All right, don't move on me. And let's work on, I'm not going to put him in yet until that dries for a second, so I'm just going to set this aside and let it dry for a second. But let's work on our baubles on here. So I'm probably going to use hot glue for this. I've seen other people use like regular glues, but I don't know if I want to try that. And honestly, I can't remember how I did it last time. So I'm just going to put a few of these here and there. So that's not glued in yet. All right, it's fine. I'll just hold it. So I'm just going to try to lift it up, put a little drop, pick a bauble, throw it on there, pick up another section. So I want them to kind of be seated in here a little bit. Drop. Maybe I can kind of work fast. I don't really need them on the back. It'll be a colorful tree. Hopefully I have enough. Maybe one of these gold ones. Here somewhere, about there. Honestly, kind of wish I had smaller ones, but I do not, so these are the smallest ones I have. But you could use lots of different things. You could probably use like seed beads or something like that. All right, so let's see. Go put one there. What color? Maybe a blue? Maybe a gold. Maybe a gold. I don't know, blue or gold. I don't have a star. I just realized that. I don't have any kind of star. Let's put something here. We'll go with, we got two reds on that side. Not that it matters. Let's go with this little green one. Maybe one right here. And blue, I think. Maybe. I know, I'm waiting too long. I guess I'm going to have to use red because I don't really have another color. Alright, that's probably good. Just some of that. I'm debating if I need more. I might put a little more on this side. Let's do one here. Let's pick out the color first. Gold, green. They're all the same colors. They're all touching. I guess I could throw some silvers in there, but I haven't used them yet, so I didn't have any more small blues. I don't really feel like making any, so we'll just throw red. We'll have reds next to each other. And maybe one here. I guess gold. Okay, that should be enough. It's going to have other stuff too, so let's see, we'll do that. Put its little thing back on. I didn't attach it with glue because I wasn't sure if I was going to use it, but I think I am. I think I'm just going to use the one it came with because I want it to be more of a traditional looking stand, you know. I might paint it. Should I paint it red or something? Maybe I should paint it red. I think red would be a good color. Green's nice too, but red will stand out more. Let's do red. And then I think this is going to work okay. I'm feeling if I need one there, I don't know. Let's see what this string looks like. I just don't know. It might work, it might not. It might be too thin. If I throw a little of this on here, just wrap it around. It doesn't do much. It's very thin. Should I use it? I'm trying to see what else. I've got, what do you call that stuff? This stuff. I have a red one somewhere. Where'd it go? Where are you hiding? You're hiding, aren't you? Of course it's hiding. I thought about using some of those red things. That's what I was going to use. Those little pieces that I cut. I don't see my red twine. Okay. Well, I see. That ain't it. Well, maybe not. I can't find it. It's here somewhere. Don't ask me where. I don't know. All right, we'll put this on, I guess. It's just going to be a little thin. I had a red one of these somewhere. I don't know where. So I had those little beads. That's what it was. These. I thought about putting these in there. Is it overkill? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. But I thought they might look cool. Let's see. Let's see what they look like. Maybe if we can get enough of this, and it gives a little effect. I think I need to cut them though. My wire snaps. Alright, so let's cut these. They're totally going to fly probably. I don't want to cut them too short because I want to use this stick a little. I'm going to put that in. Here, we'll just set it here. I'll cut like 5 or 6 of them, maybe. It's magnetic. It's not supposed to be magnetic, but it's touched something that was magnetic at some point. Some of these have doubles. I'm just going to leave those in case I want them for something else. Maybe, I don't know how many I need. I'll start throwing some of these in and see how we are. Let me zoom in just a fraction if I can. My lighting seems dark. I don't know if it's me. Let me pull this other light over. Seems a little dark. Let's try that, see if it's any better. Alright, so let me grab my regular tweezers in case I need them. Okay, so let's see. I think this is kind of my front. I feel like there needs to be something there, so let's throw one of these there. The question is, do I put the hot glue in there? Okay, let's try it. I have no idea how these are going to attach. I assume they will work just fine, but the catch is doing it without burning myself. And one here maybe. I still got to put the lights through here too, so that'll be a challenge. There. I'm trying to get them to seat in there, okay? Let's put one there. Can't tell if the glue's coming out. Come out, glue. There you go. it, I think. Let's put one right here. Yeah, we'll need more of these. I have a lot of them, so. That adds a little something, doesn't it? Okay, let's see, let's cut a few more. Maybe right here. The trick is avoiding the middle wire on the tree. It's kind of hard to do, especially as I get toward the top there. Yeah, I think one right here somehow. What should I use for like a star or something? I feel like it needs a topper. Come on, glue. I can't touch it. I don't know if it came out or not. Oh, it's too big. All right, let's find a smaller piece. Some of these are a tiny bit smaller than others. Let's do this one. It looks like my smallest one. Let's do that one. Come here. Try that again. There. Now the glue came out. Oh my goodness. Try not to touch it. These won't really work because I can't grip it. It's too slippery because it's so round. All right, I got it. There. Okay. Yeah, it's decent. Need a heat tool to blow off all these strings. I feel like something needs to go there, but maybe the lights or something will fit. Do I need any more filler? Where's my box? Let's see. It's there. That's probably good. I don't want any on the back because one is just going to get in the way. You know. I was looking for something. The brain is not working. Let's go ahead and secure this on here. Should I paint it first? Let's paint it. Should I do it red? Did anybody say? What do y'all think? Red, maybe? Green. The green's just going to blend into this floor. I feel like red will stand out more. Let's do it red. Let me put that back in. It's a little stand. Let's see. Where's my engine red? Let's see. I might have to paint it white a little bit first. I'm not sure if the red will cover that or not. It might. It might cover it enough. It's going to be kind of a pain to paint, but let's see if we can do it. I don't really want paint everywhere. I have a popsicle stick or something. I'll grab one. Scoop it. Teeny drop. Oh, it'll cover fine, I think. I could even paint a little stripe on it or something, but it's probably fine like it is. You're not even going to see it that much. I'll let that dry. Push that brush out. And I don't know about these. I feel like they might be too small. So I think I'll skip that. And let's do, where can I put you? There. Let's see. Oh, I didn't put my lid on. Put my lid on for a minute. Okay. Don't need paint. Okay. Is there? So the lights I'm going to have come across on, I think, a small popsicle stick. This, I need to add some sort of stand to it. So I'm just going to use, that's green mostly. Let's just use a green piece of cardstock. I'm going to double it up. I think it's kind of thin. Let's just double this up. Okay. Just making it stronger. I don't have a lot of room there. Let's see how much room I have. I might paint stripes on it so it blends better. Just gonna narrow this a tiny bit. So let's see if we can fold this. I'm just going to give it a little help. The stylus. So I can get a decent fold. And then we'll put it like that. Yeah, that should work. Let's do this one. Oops, don't drop your little balls. Get those out of my way. Make sure I'm all the way to the ground. All right, so this is gonna go just enough to help it. I'm trying to see if it shows up very much. Nah, you can hardly even see it, so let's not worry about that. And we'll just glue it in place. The question is, do I want another attachment point? So we're gonna put him there. I could make another attachment point on the back. Do we want him to avoid the stocking or not? I'm not sure how far over I want him because the windowsill might cover him up a lot. Let me look at the windowsill. So this is going to go here. And then there's going to be, I think, a candy cane here. Possibly, or I'll slide it all the way this way and put the candy cane here. Where's my candy cane? Let me see how thick it is. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to slide it mostly this way. I think. So I want to be able to attach this candy cane there. I'm not going to have them on both sides. So how much will he show? Pretty good in reality. pretty good. Yeah, he'll show pretty much anywhere there. Alright, so let's just glue them in place. I think I'm gonna put 2 attachment points. I don't know though. Honestly, he's probably not gonna fall, but he might fall, and I don't want him to fall, so let's go add another attachment point. This one could just be 1 layer, I think. So let's just do a simple attachment point, I think, here. Let's see. Yeah. Let's do that. So just a simple attachment point. Like here. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll work. All right. Shall we go for it? Or should I put the lights first? Good question. The lights are going to go above. They're not going to go on the bottom, right? Right. I'm debating if the lights are going to come down here, because they have to come over to here. I need some more glue there. They have to come over to there. Do I want to go up here and then down and then cover it with snow or something? I'd rather them not be on this wall in the back because that's hard to cover. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to have them come out here and then try to hide them here somehow. So I should be able to add him now and be fine. Let's add him. I'm so nervous. We're just going to use our glitter. Go for it and be brave. Alright, let's see if I can... Sorry, I gotta do it from this angle. I can't. I gotta see what I'm doing. Because I really only get 1 shot at getting him in the right spot. And then I gotta figure out how to touch it. I might have to use tweezers. And get the bottom one. Let's see if I can get my tweezers in there. I think I got it. Where's my pointy tool? I'm just trying to make sure it's touching. Alright, I think we're good. There, he's standing good. It's not falling. Alright, so there's that. And then our tree is going to go here. Our base dry yet? Yep. Pop our base off. Sometimes the hot glue just pops right off. Sometimes it does not. Alright. Pop our base on. I'm just going to throw a little bit of art glitter in there. It'll hold enough once it dries. I'm leaving it up off of it just a little in case I want to throw some little boxes in there. I don't really know if I am, but in case I do. So that's going to go like that. And then it's going to attach about here. But we got to light it first because that's just not going to work if we don't light it first. So I'm not going to put the tree in till I figure out the lighting, which I got to do. I think I'm going to end up doing it today anyway, so let's leave that for now until we figure out lighting. And let's attach these. So this goes here. I have a picture of this somewhere. No, that's not it. Oh, it's way over there. I took a picture so I'd remember what I wanted to do. I think I remember, but I just better double check myself. so I wanted the tree on the left, the cat in front of the chair, light behind there. Okay. So, this, and this goes here. We're going to have to make a base for this tree too. Actually, I might have to flatten this base off a little. It might not be necessary. I don't know. We'll see. This goes there. This goes there. The chair and this lamp. So the lamp needs to fit. I kind of wanted it at an angle, so I could put lights behind it. You won't see the lights through it or anything. I added a stick to this just because it didn't feel strong enough. It was very weak. I'm going to put it at an angle, I think. So I just want it to fit on the side of that and the wall. I'm trying to figure out what I can attach to. It's so tiny, guys. It will fit behind this chair. Maybe I can attach it to the chair. Ooh, that might work. Let me see. Leave that. I attach it to the chair. Only thing is, it kind of kills the 3D. I could attach it with some foam squares to raise it off a little bit. Let's do that. That'll work. Then all I have to do is worry about how I attach the chair. So I just need to make sure it's at the right level. And we'll attach it with some foam squares to raise it off that just a little bit. So I'm going to grab my foam squares. They are, where are they? There. All right, let's do this. I think this will work. I can't, this one container really locks tight. Alright, so let's see. How thick is that? That's about a 16th. Is that the thickest one I got? That's the thickest one I have. You could always double them up. Yeah, they're all about the same thickness. I might double them up. I think I'm just going to use these little strips. I like these for shakers, so I might save them. Let's just use this. I'm thinking double up a couple of foam squares on there. It doesn't really matter if it's raised. Just gotta find the center. I think you can find the center. We'll just guess. So I'm just going to stick it, and if some of the stickiness is exposed, it doesn't really matter because it's going to be behind the chair. I'm going to do 2 layers, so I want it kind of thick. I'm going to throw another one on top of there. That should raise it off enough. And should hold it in place good, I think. So I'm just gonna hold it up straight so I can make sure I get this on here right. Just kind of work its way over. Does it look straight? It's fairly straight. Alright, so it'll be like that. So it just is raised off of it just a little bit. We'll keep these handy in case we need them. Set that there. Okay, and then, yeah, for go ahead and put this on. So I think since I have that on the chair, move that off center just a little bit. I'm debating on which part I would rather show. I think I like the poinsettia showing more than the other side, so let's do it about center then. So this one we'll use Fabri-Tac. Let me throw this lid back on here. I could even use foam tape, honestly. It would just raise it a little bit, give it a little bit of a shadow behind it. Not that you'll probably see it, but I could. I might do that. If nothing else, it would make removing it later if I had to easier. There is that. I'm just gonna throw foam tape on here. So I've got a decent amount of this stuff anyway. The big ones or the small ones? Let's just do the big one. Could probably just use these black ones. I don't use them as much. You're not going to see it, so I just put like 4 of these on here. Maybe one in the middle. I think it'll add just a little bit of dimension because anytime you kind of create a shadow, it, you know, adds dimension. It probably doesn't need one in the middle, but we'll put one right there. This is very sticky foam tape. I believe it's from scrapbook.com. Make sure I'm the right way. Definitely want to be the right way. I'm going to make sure I'm centered and the base is all the way down. And we'll drop that on there. Okay. That should be good. And then we'll add our tree. So the tree's going to need something of a stand, I think. But it's got a rounded bottom. I don't know if I want to leave the rounded bottom or if I want to flatten it. I guess I'll leave it. I don't think it's going to make it stand any better, really. Anyway, so we'll leave it. But I will make a little thing. So that is, it's also green. Let's see if we have a better green to match that. Something that won't show too much. Oh, what do you got? Get like a sagey green in here. Kinda, sorta. Maybe. This color. No. Do I have it? What is that? I probably have that. Was that a Tim Holtz backdrop? Or was it a piece of cardstock? Was it a backdrop? Good question. It might have been a backdrop. I'll try to see if I have it first, and then I'll go from there. If I don't have it, if I can actually get anywhere with this mic on. I think it was a backdrop. I don't know. Where are my Christmas backdrops? They're way over there. I can't reach them. Hold on. Bear with me. Of course, it's a scrap, so who knows if I put it back in there. Oh, I did. Awesome. Yay, I did. It was a backdrop. It was this backdrop. So we'll just use the same thing. Okay. Because it's nice thick cardstock. And that way it won't show on that rug. So we just need a little piece to fold. We'll probably double it up. I think I'll just cut along this edge. Where's my cutter? Let me just use my cutter. My sister just came in lurking. I see you, sis. You never watch my lives. She doesn't know I can see her. Alright, we'll just double this up. Just a little bit stronger. Okay, and let's see about where I think I need it. All right, probably about halfway. Let's give it a fold. She's not gonna say anything. And okay, attach this to this. Harder to get the base because it isn't flat, but I'll try to get about where I think it needs. Looks like about there. It's very wet. Yeah. Okay, there's my little stand. We'll let that dry for a second. And the other side is the chair. How are we going to attach this chair? Well, I could use the lamp for one part of it, and then maybe just something over here somewhere. Because I can't go here because I got to make sure that I don't get in that area. So that wallpaper, I don't think it's going to show. I might have it. Let me see. I don't remember if I had any left. Was it flowers? And let's see if there's a piece left. If I even stuck it back in here. Well, it would obviously be a cut piece, so. Some of these I had two of, so. I just dropped some. It wouldn't be very much big piece left, even if I did have it left. So chances are it's not in here. It's probably in my scraps. I'm honestly forgetting what I'm looking for as I'm looking for it. Alright, if I doubt it, it's in my scraps. Okay, so let's not worry about that. Probably can't see it anyway. We'll just use the same piece here. And so I'm going to use a little piece for the base of this. I think I'll try to put it on the base of this lamp. I don't know that it will really do much, but we'll try it. I just need a thin piece. Oh, I dropped that right on my phone. Now I have glue on my phone. So pretty thin, because that's pretty thin. So it's got that stick there, so I don't think it's going to do much. We're just going to go ahead and do it anyway. I might even go 3 times. Just trying to get it strong. We'll put this on here. All right, we've got a little piece. I'll give it a second to dry. It's just going to help it stand a little bit, just in one little point, so, you know, just to help me figure out where to put it. So we'll let that dry for a second. And what else was drying? The tree. So the tree is dry now. Match it and hope for the best. I think it'll be fine. Am I froze? Oh, there we go. It was froze for a second. All right. Sorry, I gotta face it toward me. I'm trying to get my tree at a decent angle here. And try to get something in there. Just pushing that flat. All right, that should be okay. Yeah, it stays enough. Keep in mind, it'll have a, you know, cover, so. All right, so that's one side. I'm a little crooked. I'm half tempted to lift it, but I don't think anybody will notice, so. My leg isn't quite on the ground there. And I tried moving it. It really wasn't moving. A tiny bit closer. All right, so we need this, and then we need attachment point, I think, here. Just looking and seeing what's the best place to do it. Yeah, I think there will be the best. So, just use this. Actually, I could probably just use this color because it's closer. I probably have this wallpaper somewhere too. I just don't know where it is. Like I said, it's going to be behind us, so chances of it you even seeing it is slim. So I think this is the best way to make these little pieces stay in here and be, you know, stand on their own. Let's get this folded. Okay, so this is going to go this way. And then that's going to attach to it. Hopefully I can get a stick or something in there to push it. That's the trick. So that'll go like that. All right, let's just put that on there. It's kind of like that. I think it'll be close enough. It's got a little bit of a curve there, but I think it'll be all right. All right, let's see. So here and here. Okay, we're gonna go for it. Is it dry? So our glitter dries pretty fast. Hey, Angela. Okay, so we're gonna put a little bit here. And a little bit here. Just trying to think which side it would be. I think it's this side. Right? I think so. Okay. And we're going to try and fit it in here. Let's see if I can do it. I know you can't quite see what I'm doing. Mostly just want to make sure it's straight. Alright, and I'm going to try to get this back here. Lay that down. And get that there. Just enough to hold it. Alright, I think we got it. Okay, so we got that. Looking good. Okay, kitty cat. Where is my kitty cat? There he is. Kitty cat. I think I'm going to put kitty cat in front of the chair. I think I want them raised out just the tiniest bit, so we'll put a foam block on them. I think in front of the chair is a good spot. I thought about trying to put him in the seat of the chair, but I think he's too big with his little bed. I think the bed's too big, so we'll put it on the floor. So I want the foam to be on that leg right there. We'll just use one of these little foam blocks, probably a smaller one. Let's grab a smaller one. Maybe 2 smaller ones. Just do these. No, I don't want to use this. Oh, I'll use this. Let's see. Yeah, should be fine. So put this there. Okay, kitty cat. Let me use my tweezers. Alright, kitty cat. Okay. Just raises them off just enough. Looking good. Not focusing, but there. Okay. All right. And what else goes in here? Anything? I don't think so. I was going to do a thing on the side, and I decided against it. I think it just doesn't really. I think it's too much. I had that little this little guy here. I thought about putting it on the wall, but I think it's just going to disappear into the wallpaper too much. So I think I'll leave that off. And look at my little picture, see if there's anything I'm missing. Nope, I think we're good. All right, so what time is it? 10:10. Okay. Let's see. I guess I'll just start trying to attach it and string the lights, because I'm going to have to do it sooner or later. It's just going to make working with everything a little more difficult. But I just don't know any other way to do it. I may have to change my camera angle to the side, which is tricky for me, but I might have to do that. I don't know. I'm debating, guys. So once I attach it to the base, then I have to deal with that big base on the bottom of it. The question is, can I get the lights without doing that? Not really. I really want to wait on the lights, guys. So I can't put this on until I do the lights. It goes this way. And I can't do the tree without doing the lights. I guess I'm just going to have to go ahead and put it on the base. The question is, could I string the lights but not go through there? No, there's really no way around it without attaching it first. For those who haven't watched me do these, you're so confused right now. You're like, what is she talking about? I don't know. The snow scene isn't a problem doing it with it on already, because it's mostly flat stuff anyway. I guess just go ahead and do it. I'll figure out the camera angle and all that next time we're live. I don't know. You know, I've sewed with the camera off to the side before, and I don't have like a tripod that's got like an adjustable arm, so I have to kind of just finagle something together, which is a little tricky. Right, but I don't know any other way to do it, so I'm just gonna go for it. Like a big old blob of glue there. Boy, my tummy is gurgling. Come on, glue. I'm gonna have to hide aid you with something. I'm half tempted just to cut off that branch because it doesn't look good. It's just one little branch with a ton of glue. Ha! Got it. All right. Wrong one. So let's figure it out and do the lights. I don't know any other way to do it, so we're just going to do it. Okay. So let me get my base. Make sure all my glues have lids on them. So for the base, so we have to attach this to the back so that it spins. It doesn't have to spin, but I wanted it to spin. So what I figured to do, I added a hole. At first I only had this one hole, and then I added one over here, and I'll show you why in a second. B, A, B, C. C this way. Okay, so I've already lined everything up where it goes. And then what I'm going to do is attach my lights. So one will go here, and I'm trying to think which way it goes. It goes this way. So this goes like this, comes through here, goes through the hole, I think there. And then the other lights, I'm going to have to do 2 sets. I wasn't going to do 2 sets, but it just won't work. I cannot figure out a way to get it to string to both. They're long enough, it's just too complicated because of direction and stuff. So I have another set. And this set will go, basically, it's going to go here. And it comes through, there's a hole right here that goes to the inside. So that's how I got to do that. So first I have to put this set through this hole. So this is this set. Find the opening. Where is it at? It's there somewhere. There it is. I get these off Amazon. The link is in my favorites Amazon list. They're very long, 6 feet. They're very long. They're longer than the Tim Holtz ones. Other than that, they're pretty much identical. Get them untangled. Okay, trying to get it untangled. Okay, so this light is going to go on the tree side. So it's going to come up through this hole that is between the 2 vignettes. So it goes through here. Hopefully I got the hole big enough. Find out in a second. These are not all created equal. The little LEDs vary. So the one I tested went through, but this one's fighting me. Let's see, I think I can cut it. Let me just trim it just a fraction. Make sure it still works. Going through now. There we go. Okay, so we got to pull this all the way through. Okay, so this one, there's a little notch in here, right here. Okay, and that's where the wire goes. Did I do it right? Hold on. I'm having a brain problem right now. Right? I have no idea. I feel like something's wrong. I can't think. Let me think. Is it like that? Yeah, okay. This is C. Alright, so this goes like this. It lines up with that notch so that it will still lay flat. Okay? And then you just have to pull it as much as I need to. I wanted it up to this point where the wire gets thick. So I'll pull it just a little bit more. So right about there where that wire gets thick. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach this. That wire is going to be there. It's going to basically just fit through that like this. Okay. And then, yeah, this gets glued on one of these spots, whichever one it is. I'll have to figure that out. And I've got like a way to attach it there. So that's what that is. So let's go ahead and glue this down. I like to keep my lights on a lot of times, or at least check them a lot, because you never know when you're going to mess something up. So I'm going to attach this hesitantly. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. If worse comes to worse, I can take it back off, but it won't be easy. Maybe I'll attach it with hot glue. I don't know how to attach it with hot glue. It's just, can I get the hot glue on there before it dries? Good question. I need this to be in its spot first, because if it's not, I'll never get it laid back down. So let me line up my letters again. Here, let me zoom back out because you can't quite see everything. So I'm lining up my letters that I marked ahead of time. Getting this through the notch. And then I'm going to attach it right there because I don't want that to move. Just give it a second. I just want it to stay in place. All right, so I want to use hot glue, but I don't think I can get it on there fast enough. You know what? I just don't think I can. So I'm going to go with Fabri-Tac. This Fabri-Tac will work on wood, and it will give me a little more time. If I really wanted it to hold really, really strong, I would just use wood glue or something. But honestly, I'm not sure how strong I want it to hold, because if this light coat's working, I want to be able to take it apart and replace it if I have to, because I would like to be able to have that option. So we're going to use this Fabri-Tac. Oh, granted, this Fabri-Tac holds pretty good, and it might not come off. But if worse came to worse and I broke this piece, all I have to do is just attach a regular Lazy Susan on here. The little ones you get from Home Depot. So it's not a big deal. Okay. Let's try that. So I'll line this up to my notch and my letters. All right, I'll let that dry for a second or two. remember, this Fabri-Tac is the only one that works on wood if you're using these beacon glues, these acetone based glues. The Fabri-Fix and the Beacon 3-in-1 do not work on wood. I mean, it might work temporarily, but it's not supposed to work on wood according to their little guide. Okay, let's see. Make sure our lights are still working. They are. So the second set of lights goes through, I'll do this while that's drying. If I can untangle it. All I did was wrap it around my hand, and you know, you'd think it would just come apart really easy, but I always manage to tangle it. So this one, the battery pack sits either here or there. I can't remember which one. I'll know once I put it in, but I can't tell right now. So I picked this one because I wanted a little LED on this side because I'm going to put it on the street lamp with the little crystal that I had, that bead I'd found. I'll show you why. So I tried to find a bead that I could stick this in, and I drilled it out just a little bit, but I want to be able to stick it in there so that it glows like that. The whole thing glows, because I think it looks better than just this behind the little street lamp. Trying to find my little street lamp. There he is. Okay, so I could have it like this behind the little street lamp with just the one. Or I could have this bead behind there, and I'm just going to drop it on the floor. I'm just going to hot glue it on there to attach it, and then that will be behind it. And I think it looks more like a street lamp. In person, you can see the little lines still. See? I just like it better that way, but that's what I decided to do, so that's what I'm going to do. So this goes through here. This is my second hole. Turn that off. If I can do it with one hand. Nope. Right. Let's feed that through. We got to get our holders. So that goes like that. So let's see. Get all these wires out of my way. I'm just going to roll them up if I can figure out which one's which. Okay, which one is it? There. Okay. Let me just roll this side up. I need it to be more controllable. So there's that one. Oh. Where's my little clips? I've got some little clips. Hold on. Just gonna, will that hold it? Barely. And then this other one. Just try to, maybe I should use a sewing clip. It might work better. Let me see. See if my sewing clip will work better. Yeah, that's better. Let's do that. Okay. Well, those are corralled a little bit. So what I was going to do is attach these. Sometimes I just glue these right to this. The problem is when you go to change the battery, it can be a pain if they're glued, because you do have to unscrew them. They look like they should just lift up and you should be able to get to it, but you can't. You have to unscrew them. So it's just easier, I think, if they're not attached permanently like that. So So what I do is I just add something to slide them into. So this is just some file folder. And I went ahead and marked which one I wanted for which side. So we're just going to attach this with some, probably just some art glitter. Okay, hold on to it. Don't need glue in there. So I marked it so I'd know about where it needed to squish. So you want it fairly snug. And then what happens is it goes like that. Just enough to hold it in place. Okay? I just gotta see if that's A or if this is A or B. So this one goes to this side. Yeah. This will be for the street lamp, and for this one, let me make sure this has got the little one on it. Just gotta find the outside. Girl, where'd it go? Yeah, this has got the little one on it. So let's just mark it B so that we don't get confused. So this is B, and this is A. All right. That's just my way of doing it. It makes sense to me. All right, so B, oh, I said A. What? You know what? Some days. If all else fails, just remark your other piece because it's easier. This is now B. And this is A. All right. So B goes in here, like so. And then the other side, so this one goes here. Make sure I've got it long enough. Got it long enough? I might have to come over a little bit. Let's see. I'm gonna attach this along the edge here. I didn't pull it out far enough. That's okay. I can fix that. I don't want to put too much pressure on it, so we'll just move this one over a little bit. So this one's actually going to be about here. So let me just retrace that real quick. So that one's going to go, and I'm just squishing it to it so I know it's tight. Okay. Reattach that. Okay. Okay, that's good. Just want it snug as I can get it. Where is my... It's just this. Get that to lay flat. Okay. That's good. That's good. All right. And this I'm just going to kind of... I think I'll just... Don't move it before it dries. I hope this holds. It should, but you never know. It's particle board, and particle board can be finicky. I think it, let me just see. Yeah, it's holding. It's just, I did it too soon. Let me squish it a little bit longer. Because this one's, yeah, that one's on there good. Okay, so it was just me. All right, we'll wait to attach that. But we are going to hot glue it just I don't know, just maybe in one spot. Because I want to be able to lift it up and put the batteries in it, because it just makes it easier if I can hold it in my hand. So I'm just going to put, but I don't want the cord getting all in the way. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue, just like right here, just for it to kind of sit in. Don't touch it with your fingers. I've got a silicone thing here somewhere. Just enough. Make sure it still fits. Yep. Okay. We're good. You dry. Our glitter dries pretty fast, but you know, it's not instant, so. Alright, that feels good. Alright, and then this one, I'm just going to do the same thing, just put a little bit. Could have moved it over a little further, but I think I'll be okay. Put a little bit right there. It's not laying flat. Lay flat. There. All right, that should be good. Now, will it stay there perfectly? I don't know. And if it doesn't, I'll add more glue. I might actually add a little bit right here, because this is a tad longer than I wanted it. So we'll just add a little there. Okay, I think that should be okay. So then, this is the part that moves, okay? This part does not move. This stays where it is. This is the only part that moves. You just want to make sure your wires aren't up. So it should spin freely and not have any issues, okay? So that's the deal. So there's our wires. Okay, so this one goes to this one and the street lamp, and this one goes to this one and the Christmas tree. I thought about making the Christmas tree multicolored lights, which I could do with alcohol ink, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave them white. So, for this one, see, this is where it gets tricky. So, this is going to go somehow. We're going to come around, I think, to the front. And then up here. I think I'm just going to try to keep it along. I'm going to try to keep it toward the inside, I think. The lights will be in there, but the candy cane or whatever's there, the frame will cover it. So, let's see if I can show you. So, it's basically going to come up like this. Behind the popsicle stick, I'm going to wind some of the lights around a popsicle stick, and then the rest will go around the tree, and it will end at the tree. Okay? So, that's how that one's going to go. And then this one will come the same way. I'm going to have it come up around the side here. And just in front of that chair probably. And then up through there. And I'm going to wind them around a popsicle stick here. And then bring it back down over to here, and then end with that little pointy one to go in the bead, wherever it's at. It's on there somewhere. And it's going to end here, and the street lamp will be somewhere here, I think. I'm going to try to put it just attached to the wall somehow. I'll have to have the green front on first. I can't really show you guys this very well. That's why I said I might have to change the camera angle for the next one. So it'll be like this somehow. And then that little bitty tree, I've got like a little tree that I'm going to use as more of like a hedge. Let me find it. This, I think this one, just a little one. And we're going to have it in the middle here. And it'll just be kind of behind. It'll be behind the street lamp in that little hole. So it'll kind of just fill in that gap. Just a little simple tree. All right, so that's the idea there. So let's see, how can we do this? I can't change the camera angle right now, so we're just gonna have to deal. And it's almost time for the live to be over anyway. So I think what I will do is go ahead and attach the two. I'm just going to go ahead and attach these. We've got our wires in. Should be fine. But like I said, I'll have to film from a side view or you will never see what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and just attach them. We're not going to put the wires, the lights completely in until next live. But let's go ahead and attach them. So I think I will attach these with wood glue. I could probably use art glitter, but wood glue will be stronger. And I really want these to hold in place good. If I have to pry them up, let's just hope I don't, because that would probably be very difficult. So I'm going to grab my wood glue. So I'm just going to use this Type Bond 2 wood glue. Wood booger off of there. There. Alright. So we're going to attach this. Sure we're the right way. Okay. Come on. It's very slow. It's thick. It's just not cooperating here. Okay. Oh, here's one. I'm just going to spread this out. Got more than I needed. Doesn't dry super fast, so. And it's best if you're using wood glue for it to be wood on wood. It works better. It's made that way. It's made to react to the wood. So, and then ideally you're going to want to weight it down, which I don't have any 1, 2, 3 blocks. Asked for some for Christmas, so we'll see if I get some. 1, 2, 3 blocks are basically, they're machinist steel. It's like a hardened steel, but they're heavy enough to use for weights instead of trying to use, books or something. All right, so glue this in place. Get that extra off of there. I'm going to have snow all around these edges, so They don't have to be absolutely perfect. This one. Get this off my finger. There's a wipe. Okay. So ideally, once you get it on there, it's going to hold in place pretty good. So, all right. So that's what we're dealing with. And I've put a couple of weights on here just to give it a good dry, at least a couple hours, if not overnight. So this is a good time to do this, so we can just let it dry. I don't want a huge gap there, so I'm going to squish it together. And then I'm going to look at it from the other side. This side I can fix with snow. Put my lights in here. Put my lights over here. I'm not going to have any lights on this side. So this side, I just wanted those two to meet up. So there's pretty much seamless. Okay. So that's where we're at. We'll do more next time. I didn't quite finish the tree, but at least I, got it started. Now let's see if I can find something for a star, or maybe I'll just make a star. I might can make one. I'll try. I don't know. I'm sure I can. That's a good stopping point, I think. All right. I think that's good. So, and that'll dry really fast, but I am going to try to figure out something to sit on it so it's strong. Okay, good enough. All right, let's stop there. Okay, y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Today is Monday, so I will be back on Wednesday and we will work some more on this. We'll get these lights done, and around the tree I'll try to make a star. I could just make one out of cardboard or something. But I'll do something. All right, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. All right, take care. I can't really leave this in any particular way for y'all to see it, so it's just gonna have to do. All right, take care. Bye bye. Thanks, Angela.